Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Rising Above Anxiety. Today, I want to talk about low self-esteem and anxiety. So, how can you feel positive about yourself when you are plagued with anxiety, worry, self-doubt, and feeling worthless or not good enough? While low self-esteem is not categorized as a mental illness, it can certainly follow close on the heels of one. An anxious mind is complicated and always looking for the worst case scenario. It lies to you and leads you to believe that you aren't good enough, lowering your self-esteem. Anxiety and low self-esteem feed off one another, creating a toxic cycle. It's like the chicken and the egg. Which one came first? Now, why is it important to have healthy self-esteem? Having a healthy self-esteem has many benefits. And just a few of these are that you are more confident in yourself and your abilities. It gives you a more positive self-image. You have a more positive outlook on life. You have healthier relationships, and you will be more comfortable standing up for yourself. So how can you develop a healthier self-esteem? When you are working on developing a healthier self-esteem, be kind to yourself. One thing I like to ask myself when I'm being particularly critical of myself is, would I say these things to my best friend if she were feeling this way? And I'm really hoping that your answer to that is no. But that's one way of looking at it, is we tend to be our own worst enemies, think the worst of ourselves. And so we need to change that. We need to have a different perspective. So there are many ways to help you overcome low self-esteem. There are a lot of resources on the internet, self-help books, support groups, etc. Now, I talked about negative thoughts in a previous video in the Rising Above Anxiety series. And it is just as important to identify your negative thoughts in relation to your self-esteem as it is in your anxiety. There are a number of ways to identify your negative thoughts. Now, I know I went over this in one of the videos, so this part might be a little repetitive, but I didn't want to refer you back to that video and then have to come back to this one. So the one that I found the most helpful was a thought record. A thought record allows you to pick apart your negative thought and discredit it. It shows that not everything your brain tells you is true. So the main thing about identifying your negative thoughts and challenging your negative thoughts is to discredit it. Make it understood that it's not true. So here's just an example of a thought record. 5 columns. 1, what am I feeling? 2nd, what is my negative thought? 3rd, what evidence is there to support this negative thought? In the 4th column, what evidence is there to discredit this thought? And in the last column, what is a healthier thought? So this just kind of helps you really pick it apart. Now I know that, when we're anxious, when we're having these negative thoughts, we can't necessarily process it at that time because we have so much going on in our minds. So if you can't do it at that time, that's okay. Come back to it later when you have a better view of what happened and how you can deal with that. And keep in mind that what works for one doesn't necessarily work for all. Try a few different things and see what is the best fit for you. And it's so important. Practice, practice, practice. This probably isn't going to come to you overnight. It's something that you're going to have to work on. But it is so important to keep working on it, and just go easy on yourself, because not every day is going to be an easy day. Some days are harder than others. So, just be kind to yourself and do what you can. So this is the first step to a healthier self-esteem, and it is important to keep working at it and don't give up. And for the next video in this series, I'm going to talk about how to maintain your healthier thoughts. So over the next week, I would like you to, work on those negative thoughts and challenging them. And if you have any questions about this video or any video in this series, please contact me at 519-539-8055, extension 265, or by email, christinesmith@cmhaoxford.on.ca. So stay tuned, because next Monday we will have another video on how to maintain those healthier thoughts. Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.